figure out what brings them out here in this cold and why they're so devoted to bringing heaven. All right, saints, we're here at Straightway Praise Land. I want you guys to see we do have less than 50 people, so I shouldn't have any issue with the Village of Hobart. As you guys can see right here. Look at this. Anyway, guys, hey, I just was, we just had a Shabbat service. We just had a Shabbat service the day before the day of Pentecost, and man, we were watching an old video 2 years ago where I was interviewing Pastor Dowell, 2018 Pentecost. In 2018, I was interviewing Pastor Dowell. Was so gracious to allow me to interview him, and I was just talking about, I think it was my second time being there, and we're just talking about just amazing on how people can come up. Maybe it was my third time, but how people can come up and just the protocol, the protocol of how you have to call. You can't just walk in, just like in Christianity. In Christianity, you can just come into a church anytime. You don't have to schedule it. You can come, and then once they do their show, you can leave. It's like we'll come into a show, but when you come to a Straightway ministry, and when you come, we have to plan. The reason why you have to plan is because there's always food. There's food involved. The Shabbat is a feast. And because we are preparing food, we got to know who's coming so we can have enough food for the saints, for people who are coming. So it's not your typical Christian church where you can just, we're not even a Christianity at all, but it's not like Christianity where you can just walk in. We need to know who's coming so that we can be able to prepare food for the saints and things of that nature. So, but it's so amazing since I've been a part of this ministry for the last going almost on 3 years. Man, I'm looking at an interview that I did 2 years ago, and the very things that I was desiring to bring back to Green Bay is the very same thing, the power, seeing people being healed. Kathy, we just had deliverance, a mass deliverance here at Straightway Straightway Praise Land. We just had deliverance led by Pastor Dowell via internet. We watching online, just like everybody here in my gym. We had people just manifesting, being delivered from all types of stuff that's been holding them, that's been tormenting them, holding people back. People being delivered, doing counseling. Things that this ministry is not only a ministry, but there's a deliverance ministry to help people to get reconciled. It's a ministry of reconciliation. So anyway, it just blows me away that now I'm the head of a community. We have saints we got saints from Minnesota. We got saints from Chicago area, all coming here to fellowship for the Feast of Pentecost in 2020, 2 years later. How much we've grown in power and in strength, how much we've grown. When I first came into this truth, when we first started community, we only had one sister. Now we have, I'm getting lost on how many sisters we have and how many little girls we have. I mean, it's taken over. And the brothers have grown obviously on that too. So anyway, just thought it was just so amazing just to be able to just to understand what I was asking. I was asking because I just didn't know, like, man, okay, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if they're eating, I thought maybe just I was going there. No, every time that I've been doing Shabbat, we have always had meal. We spend a lot of money on food. And we break bread. When you look at Acts chapter 2, verse 46, it talks about how they went from house to house, breaking bread, how they are one accord. I mean, this is what they did. We are literally going back to the old path. We break bread. We go from house to house. We worship. We fellowship. They didn't do that in Christianity. Matter of fact, the times that I remember them doing in Christianity, it was rare. It was usually like maybe for Mother's Day or something rare. And it was so cool when you did it in Christianity, but it wasn't normal. It was like a special event to actually break bread with people you went to church with. At church. You didn't have to, and when I say at church, at the place that we worship and everything, you did it there. But most of the time, if you wanted to fellowship with people that you went to church with, you went to a restaurant, paid money, but you never did it. But once in a blue moon, you have a time to sit down and break bread with people that you fellowship with and worship with supposedly. But at Straightway, it's the norm. It's weekly. It's daily if you live in a community, but it's weekly. Easy. Anybody that comes up here every week, you go Straightway, every week you're eating. You're breaking bread. So we literally go from house to house, breaking bread. We're one accord. So you guys can come. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you as I look back at my old interview with Pastor Dowell right in front of his house. Matter of fact, we're going to put it below in the link so you can check it out and see the interview. So go check out that. It was just 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And everything that I was asking Pastor about, now I know the behind the scenes because we have a community here called Straightway Praiseland here in Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin. And now it's grown. It started off with just me, then four turns to 20. I mean, it's off the chain, So anyway, but thank y'all that we stay below the 50 right now. But man, I may have to, supposedly from the village of Hobart, I'm going to have to get some type of permit to have people to assemble peacefully for a religious event. Got to get permission, but it's all right. But I got to get permission. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope it just encourages you, inspire you what can happen when you walk in this truth. I've been walking this truth for almost 3 years now. In July, it'll be 3 years. And look what Yah has done. Yes, I lost a wife. I lost children. I lost friends. I lost brothers. I lost sisters. I lost many things. Lost money. Lost. And now look, my family has increased. And I'm not talking about just, but strong relationship where we literally will die for one another. Just like Jesus says, he says, that anybody can do something for those, but to die for one another, to love one another. We have the spirit of Yeshua, the Ruach HaKodesh in us. So anyway, get a chance, check out my 2018 interview with Pastor Dowell on Pentecost, talking about my experience there in 2000. That's 2 years ago. And now, let me end on this. I want you guys to see what's going on in 2020 right here. Hold on.
I think I knew instantly when joining Straightway that a lot of the majority of people would call it a cult. It's just the way societies today has been trained.
So how does it feel to be a part of the Green Bay Packer cult?
It's been that way in my whole life. Go, man, go! The Bears still suck!
But we don't wear tracksuits. We don't drink Kool-Aid. We're not waiting on comments to pass, so.
I'm here to do an investigation report of Straightway Truth Ministry to see if they grow their own Kool-Aid. We're here at the grain house and looking to see if we can find any Kool-Aid being grown here. No Kool-Aid. I think I may have found something here. What is this? Oh, no, it's similar to this. We got cross lettuce. Man, I can't find the Kool-Aid. They actually grow real food here, but no Kool-Aid. And all the people here at Straightway that was here for the feast are gone. They came and gone as they pleased. There you guys have it. I cannot find any Kool-Aid being grown in the greenhouse of Straightway Truth Ministry. All right. Well, can't find any Kool-Aid. All right. Shalom, shalom.